Good day, praise be Jesus and Mary. Welcome to our statistics and probability presentation.
In this video, you'll be able to learn and understand more about hypothesis testing.
This is our performance task in statistics and probability. We, the Group 5 researchers, are tasked to perform a hypothesis testing in order to find whether the claim is true or not.
We are the researchers involved in this hypothesis testing. I'm Sophia Dalapo, the group leader and the person in charge for the test computation.
While I'm Leonard and Pena, in charge of the test hypothesis.
I am Puerto for the conclusion.
I am Earl Ranido, in charge for the critical value
And I am Audrey and Actub, in charge of the level of significance and the PowerPoint presentation.
If you are wondering what is hypothesis testing, my co-researcher Audrey will explain what is hypothesis testing.
Hypothesis testing is a procedure used by statisticians to determine whether or not to reject a statement about a population.
There are 5 steps in hypothesis testing. Step number 1 is test hypothesis. Step number 2 is level of significance. Step number 3 is test statistics. And step number 4 is critical value. And step number 5 is conclusion.
Now let us go to our problem. The problem we are solving is...
Our prefect of discipline claimed that the average mean of grade 11 ABM students who are late in a day is 5 students. We, the researchers, gathered the data to test the claim by interview and found that the mean average with a sample of 8 days is 0.625 and the standard deviation is 0.5. Thus, this shows that the mean average of students in grade 11 ABM who are late in a day is less than 5 students. Use the 0.05 level of significance.
So this is the test hypothesis step number 1. HO means the null hypothesis and HA means the alternative hypothesis. HO such that the mean is equal to 5 and HA such that the mean is less than to 5. So we put the 5 which is the mean and we must put the alternative hypothesis below the null hypothesis.
For the level of significance, we're gonna use the 0.05.
Now for the step number 3, test statistics, we are going to solve for the t computation. For solving the t computation, we will be using the t formula, which is that t is equals to sample mean minus population mean over standard deviation over square root of n. And based from our problem, we have the given of sample mean 0.625 and population mean 5 and the standard deviation 0.5 and the n is equals to 8. And now let us proceed to solving the problem, which is replacing the formula by the given, which is t is equals to 0.625 minus 5 over 0.5 over the square root of 8. And now let us minus the numerator, which is 0.625 minus 5 is equals to negative 4.375 over to 0.5 over the square root of 8. And now let us solve them together. The square root of 8, solve it, and then the 0.5 divided by the answer of the square root of 8, and the answer for that is divided. The negative 4.375 divided by the answers based from the denominator, and the equals is negative 24.75. And that is our test statistics, which is the t computation.
Step 4. Critical value. Find the alpha level. Determine the degrees of freedom for both sample size, subtracting 1 from each sample size. Find the corresponding value from one-tailed or two-tailed. If distribution at the given alpha level, this will give the critical value.
Since the test hypothesis computation equals to negative 24.75 falls within the rejection region, that is beyond the critical level, equals to negative 1.895. Reject the null hypothesis and accept the alternative hypothesis. This indicates that the mean average of students in grade 11 ABM who are late in a day is less than 5 students. This result is significant at the level of 0.05 and degrees of freedom is equals to 7.
Thank you for watching.
And listening.
Our presentation.
We hope you learned something.
God bless.